And just give me one moment. All right, everyone, welcome to the 187 District Court. This is a courtroom. So that means that anything that you could not do if you were physically in the courtroom, you cannot do on this Zoom screen. To all of the inmates, you are not allowed to use the chat box. If you use the chat box, you will be sent back to your cell. To everyone else, including the inmates, this is not a chance for you to pick up dates. If you try to pick up dates on this Zoom screen, you will be forced to appear or required to appear in person. Anyone who does not behave appropriately on this Zoom screen, your Zoom privileges will be revoked and you will be required to appear at the court in person. Anybody, if you have an agreement with the state, you need to put it in the chat box. No matter how small you think the agreement is, you need to put it in the chat box to the court coordinator. She's listed as Ferguson coordinator. If your client is on bond, they will need your client's email address. I'm going to open breakout rooms. When I open up the breakout rooms, it will invite everyone to go. Do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call your name and assign you to that room. To all the defendants or inmates, your name will not be called. Your attorney's name will be called. If you don't hear your attorney's name, and it's because your attorney is Zooming in another courtroom, trust me, you will have a chance to speak with your attorney. To all attorneys, there are more defense attorneys on this Zoom screen than prosecutors. So when I send you to a breakout room, please be patient. Think of those breakout rooms as when you go to the doctor. When you go to the doctor, they call you to the back. You're not seeing a doctor right away. They're checking your blood pressure and your weight. So put some patience in your pocket, take it out as needed. Today is Monday. It's a time for a fresh start. That's what each Monday is. Let's not make this Monday a bad Monday. The court is starting late today because I had to qualify jurors for jury trials. So that's why we didn't start at 9 today. So for the remainder of the week, we'll be beginning court in the 187th at 9:45 a.m. And that is the reason for that late start. To all attorneys, please do not email, chat, text, or call Ms. Ferguson asking her for a continuance or a reset. I am the only person who can give you that. All right, these are the order in which attorneys will appear. Attorneys, if you see you on the list and you want to Zoom to another court, you're more than welcome to Zoom to another court. However, if you Zoom to another court and your name is called, you will be placed at the end of the list. Mick Aguilera, Luis Martinez, James Seeloff, Bobby Gebbia, David Woodard, Courtney Hilliard, Orlando Castagnon, Rolando Garcia, Carolyn Wentland, Robert Guyona, Sonny Middleton, Stephen Harkowitz, Laura Lefton, Mike Zamora, and Alberto Rodriguez. Is there any defense attorney's name that I have missed? All right, attorneys, when I call your name, I'll need to know the name of your client, and I need to know whether or not it's criminal trial division or family violence. Mick Aguilera.
Good morning, Judge. It's Christian Hunter. It's a motion to revoke criminal trial division.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. A prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Luis Martinez.
Judge, good morning. I'm here on behalf of Ramsey Gonzalez. It's with family violence. It's a motion to withdraw plea. And that's on file. It's been emailed to you guys and it's been served on the state.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. James C. Law.
Yes, Your Honor. Deborah Finnemore, it's a status check on the PDD paperwork. She has sent it in.
All right, Norma, can you check on that, please?
Yes, I did. It's been accepted, so we just need to give her a 30-day reset, Judge.
All right, what date?
Give me 1 second, Judge. I can look that up. We can.
So it's not been completed?
It has not been. They have it. They received it. We just need to give her a 30-day. They just need a little bit more time.
Okay.
All right, what date, Norma?
They can come back on the 17th.
All right, we'll see you on August 17th.
At 9 o'clock, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank
did
you.
Thank you. Stay safe.
All right, you too. Bobby Gibbia? Bobby Gibbia.
Be right there, Judge. Give me 1 second, please.
All right, sure, no problem. David Woodard?
Good morning, Judge. I have an MTR on Jamaria Simmons. It should be a trial division case.
I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 4. Courtney Hilliard?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. I'm here for Brittany Dorbin, and it's going to be a family violence case.
You say Dorman?
Dorbin, D-O-R-B-I-N.
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 5.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Orlando Castagnon?
Morning, Judge. I'm here on Roland Davis. That's with CTD. It's a bond hearing. I believe he's supposed to be in person. I don't know if that's him in the courtroom or not. And this is in regards to, I believe, a violation report.
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 6. Roland Garcia?
Good morning, Judge. I'm here for Kimball Ward. I'm here on her behalf. Her client is Frank Garcia. He's an inmate.
Do you know if it's criminal trial division?
I believe it's criminal trial division.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 7.
Okay. And will that be with the defendant?
Do you need to speak with the defendant first?
Yes, I haven't spoken with him.
All right, Frank Garcia, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 7. Carolyn Wentland?
Good morning, Judge. I have Matthew Burke, and it's family violence.
Is that B-U-R-K-E?
Correct.
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 8.
Perfect.
And
Thank you.
everyone, please be patient with family violence. We only have one family violence prosecutor. All right, Bobby Gibbia?
Good morning, Judge. I have an MTR with you this morning. It is a CTD case.
And what is the defendant's name?
His name is Victor Shepard, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 9.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sorry for the delay.
Oh, no problem. Robert Guyona.
Morning, Judge. CTD case, Christian Arena. It looks like now he may be out on bond. Friday he wasn't.
All right, we will see.
I
I'll
see
send
it.
you.
I'll need to confer. Michael Zamora is the attorney on the new cases.
All right, let me find Mike Zamora. He was on here. Norman, can you
Maybe
see
he
where
realized he
Mr.
was so far down the list that he did what you might have suggested.
All right, Norman, can you have Mike Zamora zoom back in, please?
I'll wait in room 10, Judge.
All right, and Jamaria Simmons. We're not filming the Blair Witch project. You need to find a seat.
Oh, I had to change my little boy diaper. He just woke up.
All right, so here's the thing. People need to realize, and this is the last time I'm gonna say it, you are on Zoom, you're in a courtroom. If you were physically in the 187 District Court, you would not be changing the child's diaper.
I mean, I'm the only one here.
Well, let me ask you this. What would you be doing if you had to appear in court?
I mean, my grandma have them, but
Well, there
she's
you
at
go.
a doctor's appointment.
So nope. Here's the thing. You're in a courtroom. People need to start, I don't want to hear the breathing. People need to start acting as though they're in a courtroom. If you can't or won't act as though you're in a courtroom when you're on Zoom, your Zoom privileges will be suspended and you will be required to appear for court for every single hearing. Now, it's really a bonus that you don't have to come downtown. So the same way that people would make arrangements for whatever so that they could be physically in court, those are arrangements that you need to make when you're on Zoom. End of story. No more excuses. All right, Sonny Middleton.
Yes, Your Honor. Andrew Orozco, he's an inmate. I do have a plea bargain, but we're here for a bond hearing.
Is it criminal trial division or family?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Criminal trial division. I'm sorry.
No problem. All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 11.
Thank you, ma'am.
Stephen Harkowitz.
Morning, Judge. I have MTR with Juan Ramirez. It's a criminal trial division case.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 12.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Laura Lefton.
Hi, Judge. How are you this morning?
Oh, great.
Good.
You
I'm
have-
on Inez Leal. It's criminal trial division. However, I thought we were going to be doing a plea today. However, after speaking with my client this morning, we are going to proceed with a trial setting. So we don't
All right.
need to confer at this time.
Just give me a moment. I'm going to send you to a breakout room in just 1 second.
Okay. I mean, she's not.
No, just give me a second. Alberto Rodriguez.
Yes, Your Honor. I have Joe Escobedo, Criminal Trial Division.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 13.
Thank you.
13 is a lucky room.
All right.
I mean that sincerely. Okay, Humberto Saldana.
Judge, I have Mr. Sterrett, James Sterrett for John Rodriguez.
Okay, how do you pronounce his last? I mean, how do you spell his last name?
Sterret.
And is it criminal child division or family violence?
Well, you should have a few. I think they're all criminal trial division.
Okay, let me just check. Yes, it is criminal trial division. All right, I'll send you to number 14.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, and Ms. Lefton, as soon as a criminal trial division prosecutor is available, we will take up your issue. Everyone, just give me a moment.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, everyone, you need to make sure you're on mute. Michael Zamora, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 10.
Thank you.
All right, Charles Bonk. Charles Bonk.
Here I am. Yes, I'm sorry. I was talking to
Oh.
Honorable Frank Castro. I'm here with you now. Hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right, I'm liking the shirt. That's a
Oh, thank
bold
you.
choice, but I like it.
I'll do what I can.
All right, who do you have?
Damone Wyatt.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
He's trial division. You asked him to be in the courtroom today. I think he made it to the trial division to the courtroom, but I'm afraid that he may have forgotten to wear pants.
When you say pants, are you saying he's here in underwear?
I believe that it'll be shorts.
Oh, okay. All right.
Equally offensive to the court, probably, but
yes. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 15.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Let me see who's back. Luis Martinez.
Yes, Judge.
You're back on Mr. Ramsey Gonzalez?
Yes, Judge, we are.
All right, so what is the issue with Mr. Gonzalez? And we're not on the record yet. I'm just trying to figure out what your issue is.
Judge, he pled at the end of May. I came in at the end of June. His wife brought me some new evidence that I think is really important for the assault case that he pled to.
Mm-hmm.
So we're asking to withdraw the plea and go back on the trial docket.
All right, State, have you had a chance to review this?
I've had a chance to review the motion. It appears I have an objection I'm going to make once we're on the record, but I've had a chance to review the motion, not the posts themselves.
All right, so when are you going to have a chance to review the posts?
Mr. Martinez, do you have those available?
I've got them available. I showed those to the state last week. I talked to Joe Ray, who's been handling the case, and his contention to me was that it really didn't change their evaluation of the case. I mean, no, obviously it changes ours, but there's no plan that if we withdraw the plea that the state's going to dismiss it or we're going to have a different outcome to it or anything like that. It's just.
Well, so here's the question. Is anybody planning on calling the complainant to testify?
Not today.
For this?
Judge.
Yes, for this hearing.
No.
Not aware of, Judge.
And it's been it was communicated to me from Joe Ray that the complainant's been unresponsive and unwilling to participate.
Well, I mean, the court is going to want the complainant's participation. If there are documents that's written by the complainant stating that she fabricated the evidence in this case.
It's not the complainant's post, Judge.
The complainant is the son, Judge. It's the ex-wife who's posted all these things.
All right. Then, I mean, the court is going to need some witnesses so I can hear and make an informed decision. Is anybody planning on calling anybody?
I did not anticipate calling anyone today, Judge.
And Judge, the only witness I've got is my client who will back these things up. But other than that, I don't have any other witnesses.
So how much time do you all need to have whatever witnesses you want to have, State?
I'm going to request 2 weeks.
All right. So Luis Martinez.
Judge.
Let's reschedule this for 2 weeks. I've read your motion, but I'm going to need to hear from witnesses because I want to make an informed decision, and we'll see where we go.
Okay. And I know that as far as the ex-wife, that there are some warrants out for her right now, so I don't know how cooperative she's going to be, but I guess we'll find that out.
Yes.
Okay.
So Norma, on Ramsey Gonzalez, can I get a 2-week reset? And this is going to be a hearing with how many witnesses are we anticipating if everybody is cooperative and coming in?
I'm
I'll
going
have one
to
witness.
one.
Okay, so the state is saying 1. In defense, I won't hold you or the state to how many witnesses you have, but we're just trying to get an idea so Norma know when to schedule it.
And Judge, I think one witness for me.
Okay, so Norma, they're gonna have about maybe 2 to 3 witnesses on Ramsey Gonzalez.
Judge, I can do August 2nd in the afternoon.
Okay, are you both available for August 2nd at 2 p.m.?
Yes, Judge.
Lewis, is that a good time for you?
Yes, Judge, that's fine.
All right, everyone, have your witnesses.
Thank
And
you,
then
Judge.
Judge,
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez is being held with that bond right now, or there was some bond forfeiture issues, so I'm going to need to reapproach the court on that, but I'll confer with the state before I do that.
Okay, awesome. And if you need that set before the August the 2nd, just let the court know and the court will hear all evidence.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, anyone else back from the breakout room? All right, then Nathaniel Navy.
Yes, Judge. I have Rocky Morelos on your docket today. We took a plea for a lesser included county jail time. I believe he should be in the courtroom.
All right, and why are we here?
Today was just for sentencing. You gave him some time to get his affairs in order.
Okay.
And I believe we already took care of the plea itself. I think I've already signed all the documents and done everything.
Okay, because I don't have any paperwork on Rocky Morelos. Does anyone know where the paperwork is on Rocky Morelos? Am I talking to myself? Does anyone know where the paperwork is on Rocky Morelos? The state is saying there was a plea. It's a aggravated assault and also a evading arrest detention.
And I just have the paperwork in my email. It says it's already been completed, so I think it was sent.
All right, you guys go to breakout room number 1. I don't have any paperwork.
I'll check. We don't have nothing, Judge.
I don't either. So everyone go to breakout room number 1.
Thank you.
You're looking for your paperwork.
I heard they didn't have nothing.
To the courtroom, if you could go to 1, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mick Aguilera, you're back.
I just got back, Judge. Can I go to a breakout with my client, Christian Hunter? She's in the jail.
Okay, let me see.
I thought I saw her like L20
You
or
are in
something.
breakout room number 2.
Yes, I was there with Hunter.
Miss Hunter, you can go to breakout room number 2. I'm assuming no relation. Oh, you're Hunter, middle name. Okay. All right, Miss Hunter, if you go to breakout room number 2, please.
Number
And
2,
Mick,
thank you.
you can go back to 2.
Okay.
Anyone else back from the breakout room?
Your Honor, we're just waiting to address the trial setting for Inez Leal.
All right, who's the prosecutor you were conferring with? In that case?
I think I had spoken, I want to say I had spoken to Chandler originally, maybe.
Who is Chandler?
Maybe not. Okay, I'm getting my courts confused.
Somebody who's not in this court.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't remember which prosecutor. I think I maybe spoke. I don't want to say the wrong
Who
name.
would be the prosecutor who's on Inez Marie Leal? It's on page 1. Defense is going to be requesting a jury trial.
It can be me, Judge.
All right, so I'm going to send you to breakout room number 16.
Okay.
And Norma, if you can go to 16, please.
Yes, ma'am.
David Woodard, you're back.
I am, Judge. I'll just send in a chat to Meredith to let her know that we have an agreement, and I'll also let Ms. Ferguson know.
Okay, all right. Well, Norma Ferguson, she's in a breakout room, so she won't be able to see your agreement. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you to number 16 very quickly, David. And if you can let her know what your agreement is so she can give you your paperwork, and then I'll reassign you.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, I rejoined from my computer. If you could make me a co-host so I can go to breakout rooms.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Roland.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I conferred with Mr. Garcia. Could I get a breakout room with you and I guess the state if necessary?
All right, who will be available for the state on Roland Garcia's client, Frank Garcia? It's Criminal Trial Division.
I can come.
All right, let me see what room is available. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3, Roland.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, and Norma, did you get the information from David Woodard?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, David Woodard, I'm going to send you back with your client, and that will be breakout room number 4. And everyone, just give me a moment. All right, Frank Garcia, could you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Brenda, we're going to go on the record briefly with Mr. Garcia. The court is calling 2021 CR 2326, State of Texas versus Frank Garcia. Are you Frank Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. The attorney that has been appointed to represent you is Kimber Ward. My understanding, you had a chance to speak with attorney Roland Garcia, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you requesting another court-appointed attorney?
Yes, ma'am, because the first one never got a hold of me, never
No,
tried to
I'm
reach
not
out to
asking
me.
you all of that. Here's the thing, Mr. Garcia.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want everyone to listen to me when I say this. I do not allow people to disparage or speak negatively about anyone when that person is not here.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's safe to say that nobody on this Zoom screen would want someone speaking negatively about them and they didn't have a chance to respond. So what I want you to do is listen to my question and
Yes,
only
ma'am.
answer my question. It's the court's understanding that you had a chance to talk with Roland Garcia, who's an attorney. Yes or
Yes,
no?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Roland Garcia has informed the court that you are requesting another court-appointed attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Your court-appointed attorney is Kimber Ward, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You understand that she is not going to be available anywhere from 30 to 60 days. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wish to have another court-appointed attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just give us a moment. We will appoint you another court-appointed attorney.
Okay,
For
thank
the
you.
record, Ms. Ward will be removed and we'll go off the record. Just give us a moment.
Okay.
All right, Norma, can I see you in a breakout room, please? If I could see you in breakout room number 3.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everyone, just give us a moment. Put some patience in your pocket. All right, Laura Lefton.
Yes, Judge. Hi.
Hello. My
Um,
understanding, have you been in a breakout room and had a chance to confer with the state over a trial date?
Yes, Your Honor. And I spoke to Hunter earlier about the case. So, but we did agree on a date of September 14th.
All right, just give me a moment. All right, is there a prosecutor who can stand in so we can have this placed on the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 7586, State of Texas versus Inez Marie Leal. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
for the defense?
Lauren Lefton for Miss Leal.
All right, and are you Miss Inez Leal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, ma'am.
All right, my understanding is that the state has tendered an offer. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And your client is rejecting that offer, correct?
At this time, yes, she's not accepting it.
All right, Ms. Leal, in this court, there is no at this time. Your plea deadline date has expired. What that means is the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements that are reached after this date. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So this will be scheduled for a jury trial. Defense, I show that you've received all the discovery. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. State, I don't have a acknowledgement of discovery in the court's file. Are you able to have that to the court by July 30th?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the acknowledgement of discovery is due July 30th. My understanding is that both parties had a chance to confer on a jury trial date, and that jury trial date is September 14th. Is that correct, state?
Yes, Judge.
Defense, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections from the state of a September 14th as a jury trial date?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense
I
as September
apologize, Judge. I
14th
can
as
hear
a
you
jury
now.
trial
I've
date?
got 3 Zooms at one
No, Your
time
Honor.
here, and
Just
I'm
one
not
second.
doing well at it.
Everyone, please mute. We're in the middle of a hearing. All right, Ms. Leal, do you have any objections to September 14th as a jury trial date?
No, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Leal, you need to be in the 187th District Court on September 14th, 2021 at 9 a.m. It's 300 De La Rosa on the 4th floor. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
What date do you need to appear for jury trial?
I don't know about a jury on the
September 14th. So that is when your jury trial date will be. So what date do you need to appear in person in court for jury trial?
September 14th,
What time?
9 o'clock
All right, and where are you going to be?
at the 187th.
All right, thank you. That will be all. We'll close the record unless there's something else.
Nothing else.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Everyone, just give me a moment, please.
May I be excused, please?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Sonny Middleton, you're back. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So we were going to ask for a bond reduction on Andrew Orozco.
All right, and is there an agreement?
No.
Okay. Who is the prosecutor on this?
I was talking with Hunter.
All right, let me see if Hunter may be in a breakout room. Yes, he's in a breakout room. As soon as he comes back, we'll take up your matter.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Thanks for your patience.
Yes, ma'am.
If anyone, and Mick Aguilera, are you ready?
Judge, if I can go back to a breakout with Hunter, the prosecutor.
All right.
He's
currently in another breakout room.
Yeah, I have a counter offer from my client that might resolve it today.
Okay.
But
What's your camera?
Just give us a moment.
sure.
David Woodard.
Okay, Judge, I signed the paperwork. I'm just waiting for it to get to my client so he can sign it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Is there a Roper McDonald here?
We'll put you in first with
Roper McDonald. Okay. All right, Michael Zamora, are you and Mr. Guyona back?
Yes, we are. And we spoke with Marcus. He needs to reach out to 2 of the complaining witnesses. And more importantly, there is a lab we're waiting on one of the cases. So, so if we could get like, I know it's a ways out, but if we get like a 60-day reset, we're pretty close to getting them resolved without the necessity of a trial. It's just that there's several different options as far as how the state wants to handle it.
All right, Norma, on Mr. Rayner, can you give them a 30-day reset, please?
Yes, ma'am.
And may our client be excused? He
Just one moment.
They can come back on August 17th, Judge.
All right, to the clerks, could I please have cause number 2020 CR 5073? Just a moment, let me go get that file because I do not have it. All right, we'll come back on August 17th. And you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
All right, thank you, you too.
Good.
Bye-bye. All right, Stephen Harkin.
Yes, Judge, I've conferred with the state. Now I need to confer with my client, Juan Ramirez, who's in jail.
All right, Juan Ramirez, can you raise your hand for me, please? All right. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 12, Mr. Ramirez. All right, and there was someone who was waiting to speak with Hunter. Which attorney was that? Was that Sonny Middleton?
Mick Aguilera was.
No, Your Honor.
And also Sonny. So,
Hunter and I have already spoken.
All right, so first off, Mick, if we can, if you can put in the chat box Or do you need to speak with Hunter in person in a breakout room? All right, and then after that, we'll take up the motion on bond reduction on Orozco. Okay. So, Sonny, on Mr. Orozco, do you have any witnesses or no?
Just Mr. Orozco.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 4322, State of Texas versus Andrew Orozco. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Morris.
For the defense?
Sonny Middleton.
And are you Mr. Orozco?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
None from the state, Judge.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Orozco, do you have any objection with this hearing taking place by video?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm good.
All right. And Mr. Orozco, I'm going to mute you because we're getting feedback and a lot of noise from your end. But when your attorney needs you to speak, we'll swear you in and hear testimony. All right. Defense has filed a motion to reduce bond. State, have you had a chance to review the document?
I have not seen the motion itself, Judge, but I have conferred with defense about the meat of their motion.
All right. And are you ready to proceed, State?
Almost. If I could get Ms. Middleton's email address so I can send the court and counsel an exhibit from the state.
Okay. Ms. Middleton, if you could put that in the chat box, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Judge, I've sent the court and counsel states 1 for this hearing.
All right. And defense, have you received it?
Not yet, Your Honor. I'm waiting for the email.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Judge, I know you're in a hearing.
Yes, no problem. Yes.
I was just gonna see if, I just chatted Hunter. I was gonna see if he would check on it.
Okay.
Yeah, still waiting.
Okay. Well, while you're waiting on that report, will you need to review that report with your client?
I have no idea what it is, Your Honor, so I can't.
Oh, it's the police report.
Oh, no, we've reviewed that before.
All right. So Hunter, while she waits to receive that, if you can go to breakout room number 3 with Mick,
Yes, Judge.
and we'll take that up after she receives it.
Yeah, and just for information, if all it is the police report, I have no objection, Your Honor. We've already gone over it.
All right. Hunter, if you can go to breakout room number 3 with Mick, and we'll come back. Brenda, today is Monday. But you know what? If you smile, it makes it better, right? Steve Harkowitz, you're back.
Yes, I'm back. Yeah, I was just trying to chat with Hunter. I've conferred with my client.
Oh, he's in a breakout room right now. So if you chat with him, he's not going to receive it.
Okay.
So you have to wait till he's back in the main room to chat with him from here.
Okay. Or if I could just go into a breakout after he's done with this breakout.
Of course. All right, Mick, have you had a chance to talk with Hunter?
Yes, I did. And I'll need the waiver of appeal and video conference form for myself and my client who's in jail, Christian Hunter.
All right, I'm going to send you back to number 2. And then Hunter, you're back, is that correct? All right, we're back on the record. And 2021 CR 4322. Defense, it's your motion. You may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. We are asking for a bond reduction. He has a $25,000 bond. He's been incarcerated since February 22nd. He also has 2 misdemeanors, which the judge there advised me she would hear our motion after this one. I can swear in Mr. Orozco.
All right, Mr. Orozco, if you could unmute, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you raise your right hand for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand if you can state your name for the record, please.
Andrew Orozco Jr.
All right, defense.
Yes, Mr. Orozco.
Yes, ma'am.
you are in custody for a robbery on a $25,000 bond. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You've been incarcerated since February 22nd on this charge.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any means of making a $25,000 bond?
Well, at this point, I do not, miss, because we were talking about the tape, the videotape.
Yes, sir. But we're not discussing that here. We're
Oh,
talking about
okay.
the bond.
Okay.
Do you own a home?
Yes, ma'am. I live with my sister.
Is it your home or your
Oh,
sister's
no,
home?
it's my sister's home. And,
So you don't own a home?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any property you could sell or pawn to help make your bail?
Right now, I do not. So my mom's gonna probably be helping me out.
And
That's why I was either requesting I try to get a ankle monitor, one of those ankle monitors.
yes, sir.
Mr. Roscoe,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to ask you to listen to the question that's being asked of you and
Yes, ma'am.
answer that question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I apologize for that.
So what I'm asking is, do you or your family have any means of making a $25,000 bond?
If I ask my mom, she probably will.
And she can
I'm sorry,
afford to
wait a
do that?
minute. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that answer, please?
I think his microphone is not placed right. So I'm having trouble hearing you.
All right, stop
Excuse me,
trying to
can you
be
hear me?
cool. Pull the microphone. Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that the $25,000, I don't have the money to pay it.
Okay. Can any of your family members pay that bond?
The bond right now, no. That's why I'm just trying to lower the bond.
And how much money do you think your family could make? And you also have 2 misdemeanor bonds pending.
Yes, ma'am.
How much money could your family afford to pay a bondsman to get you out of jail?
Like at least 500, 400, 300 at least, that's what I was basically trying to get, because we were talking about, remember that situation?
I know, but we're not talking
Okay.
about that now.
Yes,
We're just
ma'am.
talking about the bond.
Yes.
Okay. So your family could afford a $500 to pay a PR bond or a bondsman.
Yes, ma'am. At least
Thank you.
you're
I
trying to
have
get it, at least trying to get it down to 200, 250, like at least.
Okay. I have no
Yes,
further questions, Your
I'm so
Honor.
sorry.
All right, state, any questions?
A few, Judge. Mr. Roscoe,
Yes, sir.
have you previously been to prison for assault family second?
This, I have pled guilty on the assault, yes, but this situation is not an assault. They're trying to say it was robbery. I never assaulted him. That's what I was, you know what I mean? In that situation, I never assaulted him.
Not this case, Mr. Roscoe. A previous.
The previous case was like, what, 6 years ago? You know what I mean? And other than 6 years ago, I've been staying out of trouble and going to work and doing what I had to do with my life. So that was like 6 years ago, and that was from my ex-girlfriend, and we were trying to drop the charges at that time, but they said they couldn't do it. And we tried the affidavit and stuff like that, but that never worked out. So her decided just to take the plea. And that's what that situation that happened. But we're trying to drop the case, but it never happened that way. So
Objection unresponsive.
Sustain.
Before that, Mr. Roscoe, were you granted supervision for injury to a child?
That was a long time ago. Me and my wife and stuff, we're gonna dismiss that case too, because it was
Objection not responsive.
her sister's
Sustain.
fault.
Mr. Roscoe,
Yes.
do you have 2 ears?
Yes, ma'am. I hear what he's saying.
And why don't you listen? No, listen to the question that's being asked and answer the question that's being asked of you. Do you understand?
Yes.
State.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Roscoe, has your family sought out bail assistance from any bail bond companies?
No, never have.
No further questions.
Defense, any follow-up?
No, Your Honor, we rest.
All right, state.
Judge, state objects to defense's motion, believes the bond set is appropriate. This defendant has a violent history, and there has been no attempts to actually make bail other than personal finances. So the state would object.
All right, and does the state have any evidence to present?
The state offers states one, it's the offense report from the case, Judge, for purposes of this bond hearing. The state has also tendered a court and counsel states two, which just reflects the criminal history of the accused person in county, Judge.
Any objections to States Exhibits 1 and 2?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then States Exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. The court will hear argument. Defense, it's your motion. You may go first.
Your Honor, Mr. Orozco has been incarcerated since February 22nd on a $25,000 bond plus 2 misdemeanor bonds. He has no means of making this. We are planning on fighting this case. He'd like to get out so he could assist me with any defenses on this case. And I would ask for a bond reduction that he could make, which according to if the family come up with $500, that would be a $5,000 bond or a PR bond.
All right, Mr. Orozco, you did
Yes,
not
ma'am.
qualify for a PR bond. The court will be denying your motion to reduce bond. Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the state judge.
I have nothing on the bond hearing, but I do have a minor issue after this, Your Honor.
All right, then the motion for the bond reduction hearing is closed. What other issue do you have, Ms. Middleton?
Your Honor, I'd like to ask for funds to hire an investigator on his case. We do have some video issues and such.
Okay, are you appointed?
I am.
Yes, just file the motion.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right,
And
if there's,
with that, I am through.
all right, thank you. Do you need to speak with Mr. Orozco anymore?
I will speak to him. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Orozco, if you'll go back to your breakout room, which would be breakout room number, let me find you. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 11. And Ms. Middleton, if you could go back to 11.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Courtney Hilliard, you're back?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
We're here on my motion to grant access to the the victim in the alleged case against Brittany Dorbin under terms of no harmful or injurious contact. I don't know the state if they're opposed to it. I know they couldn't agree. They tried to reach out to one of the family members, but they weren't able to contact them today. So they just said we needed to approach on it.
All right, I'm assuming the complainant in this case is a child, is that correct?
It is, Your Honor. It's the child of the defendant.
All right, so has anyone contacted Child Protective Services? Is Child Protective Services involved?
They were involved when the offense initially happened, but they did close out the case, so they are no longer involved. It's now the dispute between the parties is just a civil matter, it's a contested divorce, and also this pending criminal case.
All right, so here's the thing. Before the court considers lifting the no harmful or injurious contact, I need somebody from CPS here to inform the court why the case was closed, what's going on with it.
On our end, we would have to either subpoena the CPS worker or their records, and I guess we'd have to work on that before setting it again.
All right, if somebody can, I'm sure if someone calls the CPS worker who was on this case, I'm not asking for records. I'm just asking for the worker to come in and testify, because otherwise, when we go on the record, the only thing I'm going to have before me is the defense wants the no contact order lifted. And state, are you going to be in agreement to the no contact order being lifted? Did they tell you they would be in agreement, Mr. Hilliard, or not?
No, they said that they were going to wait until they contacted the family member who the victim is residing with right now, because they were able to confirm that CPS is no longer involved. They wanted to know where the child is presently living before they would take a position.
All right, let's do this. Let's reset it for a hearing. And I would like to have the CPS, whoever the CPS worker was, I would definitely like to hear from the CPS worker. So Norma, can you give them a reset on Brittany Dorbin?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's probably going to be about 2 to 3 witnesses.
They can come back on. I can do August 6th in the afternoon.
All right, it'll be August 6th at 2 p.m.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you so much. Thanks for your patience. All right, Ms. Dorban, you're excused. We'll come back on August 6th. All right, Bill Davidson. Bill Davidson.
I'm in the courtroom, Your Honor. I'm
Yes,
on my
who do you
little,
have?
Ernest Martinez, MTR.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It's a, I'm sorry, Your Honor, it's a drug case. It's criminal trial division.
All right. I'll send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you.
All right, Mick Aguilera.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I do have an agreement on the motion to revoke with Christian Hunter and the prosecutor Hunter.
Okay. So does this involve paperwork on my end? Is there going to be a plea?
It's going to be a plea of true.
All right, so as soon as I get the paperwork, I'll take it up.
Okay.
And Mick, if
Yeah.
you can just let me know which offense date she dealt with in the other county.
I can tell you right now, sir, it's 6th of July, 2019.
Thank you.
Credit card.
All right, Eduardo Jimenez. Eduardo Jimenez.
Sorry, Judge. I have Fabian Vega today, Mr. Vega. Yes.
All right, and that's for a bond reduction?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 5. All right, Alberto Rodriguez.
Yes, Your Honor, if I may, I'm gonna, excuse me. I'm going to start trial tomorrow morning, so I'll be out of pocket for a couple of days, but I want to meet with my client in person. He wants me to go over all the evidence. I anticipate this will probably be a plea, but I cannot make an announcement till I confer with him. If I could just get a short reset, Your Honor.
All right, how much time are you asking for?
Well, I told him I'm gonna meet with him either Saturday or Sunday, so probably sometime next week.
Oh, do you want to bring it back next week?
Well, it's up to the court. If you
No,
want
I
to-
mean, I'm trying to work around your schedule. Do you want to come back next week? Or do you want to come back in 3 weeks? When would you like to come back?
Well, I think 3 weeks would be better. Give me a little more leeway
Oh.
to.
All right, Norma, on Joe Escobedo, can you recall this in 30 days, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and can somebody explain to me, is there a file that's missing on Mr. Escobedo? Because this is listed on the docket as 3 trial settings, but there has never been anything entered on the docket sheet.
There have been no trial settings, Your Honor.
Okay, so I think that may be who knows? All right, if I could have a 30-day reset, please.
Will I get an email or should I just wait till?
No, just wait, we're gonna give you a date.
Okay.
We can come back on August 12th, Judge.
All right, we'll come back on August 12th.
Sounds great. May I be excused then, Your Honor?
Yes, and Norma, can you let them know, is your Mr. Escobedo can go back? Mr. Escobedo, we're gonna see you back on August 12th.
Do you know what, Judge, do you know what seat number he's in?
He's 17D.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
May I be excused then?
Yes,
Thank
thank you. All right, Sonny Middleton,
Yes, Your Honor.
are you done with Mr. Orozco?
I am.
All right, Norma, can you let them know that 17E can go back? Orozco, please.
And may I be excused, ma'am?
Yes, thank you. And as soon as you give the court that motion, I'll approve the amount.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Carolyn Whitlam.
Hi, Judge.
Hi.
So we talked, your family violence prosecutor and I talked. She's covering, so she's kind of new in this particular case, but she looked, she's requesting a little bit more discovery that doesn't look like it's there yet. So she was going to send a message about a couple things that were still missing.
All right, do you know what specifically is missing?
What specifically, well, she didn't have the file in front of her, but I think that she just needed to double check that the criminal history of the complainant is actually in the file. And so that's something that I have to do in person because they can't give me a copy of it. And then the other things were they're getting copies of jail calls. And then we just need to verify they had uploaded a bunch of police reports because my client is the complainant in a number of family violence cases. So they have, since the last setting, they have uploaded a number of those, and I just need to go through those and make sure that that's everything. And she's just going to double check that all of them are, it looks like they put a lot on there, but she's very new to this case, and so I'm not sure if what all they requested.
Okay, Norma, on Mr. Matthew Burke, can we have another compliance hearing and set it in 30 days, please? And at that time, I'm going to expect all discovery to have been done.
That's perfect. That should be plenty, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Simmons, do you own a pair of pants?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you need to put them on. Shorts are not allowed.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
It's really hard to not make a comment like, I'm not even wearing pants, but I'm just saying, like, it's really hard.
And it's Monday. But I always say if you smile, it makes Mondays better. Just smile.
You just got to angle that camera better.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll get my date from Norma. Is Norma going to?
Oh yes, she's going to give us a date right now.
Okay,
Norma,
perfect.
do you have a 30-day date, please?
Judge, I don't know if it's appropriate to jump.
I need a 30-day reset.
For a hearing or just for a regular reset?
Discovery.
Okay, give me 1 second, Judge. I'm sorry. I was on the phone. I'm sorry. I can do August 6th.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. August 13th.
That's perfect, and that'll be on Zoom, right? Because I'll be out of town, but I can still do it. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right, we'll see
Thank
you on August 13th. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Mick Aguilera.
Judge, I just did the paperwork on the motion to revoke. If you can send me to the breakout so I can walk my client through it. Christian Hunter.
All right, let me see where Mr. Hunter is.
L20 or something like that.
Yes, you can go back to number 2.
2, thank you.
Yes, that's where he is. Orlando Castagnon.
Yes, Judge, I've conferred with state and regarding this violation report, and I believe that we've come to an agreement as to how to move forward.
All right, and what is that agreement?
To add a no contact order to bond conditions, and that would be on individuals who've sent emails.
And so no contact with?
A Monica Garland. Let me get the spelling of that.
So there's the first one, Judge, is Melissa Buentello, Buentello.
Wait, B-U?
E-N.
Mm-hmm.
T-E-L-L-O.
Okay.
There's a Valerie Garcia.
Okay.
and Monica Gandara, G-A-N.
Wait, one second. Okay, Valerie Garcia. And then the next person is Monica.
Monica Gandara, G-A-N-D-A-R-A.
Okay, and is there anything else?
And we'd just like that he be admonished that he's not to have any communication with any of the people.
All right, and is your client in the courtroom?
He is, Your Honor.
All right, if we could have Mr. Davis come forward.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. I think there was one more that's not in the original that should be, and that's Brandy with a Y.
Okay.
Last name Minx, M-I-N-X.
Okay. All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 10708, State of Texas versus Roland Davis. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Orlando Castanon.
And are you Mr. Davis?
Ma'am.
All right, we're
Yes, Your
proceeding by video. The defendant is in the courtroom. Any objections to us proceeding by video? State,
No objection.
defense?
No, Judge.
All right, the court is in receipt of a first violation report off the record. The state and the defense informed the court that there was an agreement that was reached. Is that correct?
Correct, Judge.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Davis, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand. Could you state your name for the record?
Roland Davis.
All right, Mr. Davis. The court received this violation report. I'm going to follow the agreement that the defense and the state have reached with regards to this violation report, but I want you to know how serious this is. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so as a part of your conditions of probation is that you are not to have contact with certain people. No contact means you can't call them, be it from a landline, cell phone. You can't message them on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever else people use nowadays. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
It is as though you have never met these people. You don't know them. You are not to contact them at all. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So let me tell you who you cannot contact. Thomas Minx Gillinger, M-I-N-X Gillinger. Do you understand? You are not to have any contact with that person. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mary Palomo, P-A-L-O-M-O. You are not to have any contact with that person. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Melissa Buentello, B-U-E-N-T-E-L-L-O. You're not to have any contact with that person. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Valerie Garcia. You're not to have any contact with that person. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Monica Gennaro, G-A-N-E-R-R-A. You're not to have any contact with that person. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sorry, Judge. It's Gandara, G-A-N-D-A-R-A.
All right, Gandara. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Judge, in regards to Monica Gandara, there, I believe, is a CPS case that both parties, Monica and him, they have a child. And so I just asked that he be allowed at least to have contact as authorized by CPS court.
No contact with Monica Gandara. If they have children together, then those visitations need to be done through a third party. And my understanding, if there's a legal case that's open, and if the child is not placed with you, if the child is in CPS care, they already arrange for visits through the CPS worker. So there's to be no contact with Monica Gandara. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, if there is a court hearing on the CPS side and they are in a courtroom, that's different. But that's only at a hearing. But otherwise, you are not to have any contact with her. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Brandy Minks, M-I-N-X. You are not allowed to have any contact with Brandy Minks. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I want to be sure when I say no contact outside of the courtroom, what I mean is, for example, hypothetically, if the 187 District Court were a CPS court and we were having a hearing and she were sitting in the courtroom right now, in that courtroom, unless a judge asks you to speak with her, you shouldn't even be speaking with her in a courtroom. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So when I say no contact, I also mean you can't go by their homes. Don't be driving by their homes. Don't do any of that. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
The agreement that was reached between the state and the defense attorney, I didn't have to follow that agreement. I hear evidence, I keep an open mind, and then I make a decision. One of the decisions I could have made on your case was to remand you without bond. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So if you don't want to find that happening or find a bond being increased, you need to follow these court's orders, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I understand.
So I want you to be clear, and so everything can be clear.
Yes.
We can hear your case while you're at the Bexar County Jail or while you're out walking about. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So if you want to hear your case while you're at the Bexar County Jail, then violate these orders.
No, I don't want to do that, Your Honor.
Don't do it. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Another part of your conditions on here is that you're not to have any possessions or firearms. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you on GPS?
Yes, Your Honor. I was going to ask if I could go to church with the GPS because they're not letting me unless you allow it.
All right, so here's the thing. What type of GPS is he on? Is he on partial GPS?
Yes, Judge, partial for employment to a specific location, 8:30 to 8:30.
Okay, here's the thing, Mr. Davis. It's not a good sign for you to come in asking that your conditions of GPS be changed when you've had some violations on GPS.
Sorry, Your Honor.
So the court will consider that at a later date, but now is not that time. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing
Judge,
from
did
defense.
you name Melissa Buentello also?
Yes, I did.
Okay, nothing from the state.
Okay, then that will be it. And I hope my orders are clear. Mr. Davis, don't come back here for this. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And let's see if we can get a court date.
We have one set August 23rd.
All right, we will see you back then on August 23rd.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, we've completed the paperwork on the MTR for Christian Hunter.
All right, let me see if I have it. Just give me a moment. All right, as soon as I get the paperwork, we will do that.
Thank you, Judge.
I signed it.
And Judge, can you send me to a breakout room with the courtroom?
Yes, let me find you. What room were you in?
I was in a couple. I was in one. That one was with the courtroom.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is if you'll go back to breakout room number 1 and courtroom, if you could go to 1.
Your Honor,
Yes,
this is Bill Davidson. I was wondering if I could talk to Ernest Martinez. He's in custody on MTR. Just wanted to relay the state's offer to him.
okay, if you'll go back to breakout room number 3.
Okay,
And you say your client is Ernest Martinez?
yes.
All right, I don't see your guy on the screen. Just give me one moment. Norma, can you see where Mr. Martinez is, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anyone else ready?
Judge, on Juan Ramirez, who's in custody, and I believe he may still be in breakout room number 12. I conferred with Hunter, and my client's in agreement with what he had proposed. So I need paperwork, and once I get paperwork, go to that breakout room again.
Okay, all right, I'll assign you to that room. Mick Aguilera, who's your client?
Christian Hunter, she's on the screen.
Who's the prosecutor you're working with?
Hunter. There he is.
All right, the court is calling 2015 CR 10411W, State of Texas versus Christian Nicole Hunter. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Hunter Morris.
For the defense?
Mick Aguilera on behalf of Christian Hunter.
All right, and are you Miss Hunter?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Hunter, did you sign a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you understand it and did you review it with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. First amended motion to revoke community supervision and second amended motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Kristen Nicole Hunter who was placed on community supervision in 2015 CR 10411W for the offense of robbery on December 7, 2015 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Judge. On or about the 6th day of July 2019 in Brazos County, Texas, the defendant, Kristen Nicole Hunter, committed the offense of credit card or debit card abuse in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True.
State.
State would waive and abandon the remaining allegations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Hunter, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 5 years in prison and up to $800 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 5. I'm so sorry. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 5 years in prison and up to $800 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Judge. To reform the judgment to 3 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Institutional Division, revoke and sentence to 3 years.
Is that the agreement?
Yes, Judge, subject to your agreement or approval.
Okay. All right, Ms. Hunter, are you asking the court to follow that agreement? Ms. Hunter, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then the court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 3 years in the prison, a $800 fine, time and money to run concurrent, give you credit for any time served. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Hunter has been incarcerated since January 12th, 2020 in cause number 20-1372 out of Brazos County. From that date continuously until June 10th, 2021. And that on June 10th is when she was transferred here to Bexar County. So if we can get that back time from January 12 of 2020 through June 10 of 2021. And then any back time she had here in Bexar County previous to her resolving this case back in 2015.
All right, the court will give you credit for time served from January 12th, 2020 through June 10th, 2021 under 2013-72. Is there anything else?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
Nothing from the state judge.
All right, and if the clerks could bring me the paperwork on Christian Hunter, please. All right, could somebody just send me an email on Hunter, please?
Give me a second, Judge. Let me look. Judge, I'm printing it.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Your Honor. This Frank Garcia, may I be excused to the restroom real quick?
Mr. Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you may, and we're in the middle of a hearing.
I'm sorry. Thank you. I just
You
had to
need to
let you know.
ask, you need to ask the deputy.
Okay, thank you.
Brenna, smile, it's Monday. All right, we're back on the record. Ms. Hunter, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? And because this is a felony conviction, you are not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that, we will close the record. Ms. Hunter, you've got to make a decision in your life. Right now, you need to stop stealing. Do you understand? And if you continue to steal, then what's going to end up happening is you're going to spend the majority of your life at the prison. And I don't know if there's anything to steal at the prison other than maybe commissary. Do you understand? So you need to get your life together. Nobody appreciates you taking things that don't belong to you when people have worked hard for it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that, you can go back. Norma, can you let them know that L20 can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge. I'm going to jump to another Zoom, but then Norma, I'll stick around. I'm sticking around, Norma.
Thank you.
All right, Eduardo Jimenez.
Yes, Judge, I had a chance to talk to the prosecution and my client, and we just have this business of the bond reduction hearing.
All right, who's the prosecutor on this?
Marcus?
And where is Mr. Vega?
He's incarcerated, Your Honor.
Well, he's not on the Zoom screen. As soon as Mr. Vega is brought out, we'll take up your matter.
Okay.
If I could, he's in a breakout room, but if I could have a minute, Eduardo, can I speak to you in a room?
Oh, yes, sure.
I'll send you number 6.
Number 6, okay.
Yes. Is there any other attorney who's ready?
Judge, I think paperwork on Jamari Simmons should have been sent to the court. I think he signed everything and I've signed everything.
Okay, I don't have anything in my box on him. So did he push it through?
I've never received no paperwork.
It doesn't look like it's come through from his side, David.
Okay, let me check with him.
I keep refreshing on my end and it still says it's in his inbox.
All right, Nathaniel Navy.
Yes, Judge. We just finished paperwork on Rocky Morelos, and as soon as you get that, we'll be ready to go.
Okay, thank you. Bill Davidson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
I'm just waiting to see if they can find Mr. Martinez or if he's on.
Oh, Mr. Martinez has just zoomed in.
Okay.
All right, Mr.
Just need to go
Martinez, I'm
to
going
a
to send
break.
you to a breakout room with your attorney. Mr. Davidson, if you'll go to breakout room number 2. And Mr. Martinez, if you'll go to
Thank you.
breakout room number 2, please. Umberto Saldana?
Judge, I had gone to the breakout room that I was assigned to, but I never had anybody come in there.
Okay, we're going to take care of that. And it's criminal trial division, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, what is the client's name?
James Starrett. But I believe if I was looking at it correctly, it's merely a motion to withdraw for
Yes.
John Rodriguez.
Let me see. All right, are you the attorney on it?
It looks like they have Mr. Rodriguez listed. He asked me to come and help him out on that, but he is wanting to withdraw. I would imagine for this particular hearing, you would want to have Mr. Rodriguez speak up.
Yes.
Okay. With that said, may I be excused to contact Mr. Rodriguez and send him over?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
All right. John Rodriguez?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. I'm sorry for my tardiness. Things got lost in translation with myself and Mr. Sadanya. My apologies, Your Honor.
Oh, no problem. You filed this motion to withdraw. Do you know where your client is?
I do not, Your Honor. He cut off his monitor.
All right, and what is your conflict?
Your Honor, I made a bond with Mr. Starrett. I had to meet his significant other, and under the notion that he'll abide by all the rules, I went ahead and made the bond. I was informed that he did cut off his monitor.
All right, let's go on. We're going to go on the record briefly, and I'll hear your motions. Is there a prosecutor available for this brief motion?
I can do it, Judge.
All right. Court is calling NYMEG number 617-877 and 617-878, State of Texas versus James Aubrey Sterrett. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Tom Nisbet.
For the defense?
John Rodriguez.
All right, we're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, in each of these cause numbers, defense has filed a motion to withdraw. The defense states there exists a conflict of interest. State, have you had a chance to review the motion, or are you ready to proceed?
Ready to proceed.
All right, defense, it's your motion.
Your Honor, thank you for the time. Your Honor, I was under the illusion that my client would abide by everything that he needed to be in compliance. I was confident that he would not upstate on me by having a monitor. Your Honor, because of this, there's a conflict of interest. I wish to withdraw as attorney of record, and as also I do have a motion to surrender my bond, both bonds, Judge.
Okay, well, the court doesn't have a motion to surrender bond. The court does not have that motion. The court does have a motion to withdraw as counsel. Is there any objections to the defense's motions to withdraw in each of these cases, State?
No.
Then in each of these cases, the court will note your conflict, and the court will grant the motion, and the court will allow you to withdraw in each of the cause numbers. And if you submit to the court the motion to surrender the bond, the court will, of course, take that matter up as well.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you for coming in. Have a good one.
Thank you, Judge. You too. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, and I think we're ready on Mr. Simmons. Who would be the prosecutor on Simmons?
Your Honor.
Mhm. All right, the court is going to call 2020 CR 2196, State of Texas versus Jamaria Devon Simmons. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Meredith McIntyre
for the defense.
David Andre Woodard for Mr. Simmons.
And are you Mr. Simmons?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Simmons, do you have any objections to us proceeding by video?
No, ma'am.
Did you review a document with your attorney entitled defendant's consent to appear by video?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Jamari? How do you pronounce your first name?
Jamaria.
Jamaria Devon Simmons, who's placed
Yes,
on
ma'am.
deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 2196 for the offense of possession of marijuana 4 ounces to 5 pounds on December 16, 2020 for a period of 4 years. Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
On or about the 30th day of April, 2021, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Jamaria Devon Simmons, did then and there illegally use marijuana in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
State.
State waives the remaining violation.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Simmons, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Judge. We're asking this court to deny the motion, continue him on his deferred adjudication, but place him on 0 tolerance, alter and amending to add the BIPP, no harmful or injurious contact with Shaddai, spelled Chadai, Sutton, and weekly UAs for 30 days. We are going to take into consideration and dismiss the new number 1 county court case 662-215.
And I'm sorry, the first, you said Shaddai Sutton?
Correct. It's spelled Chadai.
Okay. All right, is that the agreement?
It is, Judge. We're just asking the court to follow it.
All right, Mr. Simmons, do you wish for the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Simmons, we have some issues with you.
Yes,
So I
ma'am.
don't know anything about that new number 1, that is the assault case, but I do know that you're on probation out of this court for drugs, and that as a part of your conditions, I ordered anger management classes. Obviously, I guess that's not working. Who is this Shaddai Sutton person to you?
It was my significant other.
So what is going on with her? Why do you need to have contact with her?
I mean, we was staying together at a point of time, but I know that due to the police report, they thought it was me punching on her or harming her any type of way, and that's not what occurred. So, I mean, it was really a misunderstanding, to be honest.
Okay, so my question again is, why do you need to have contact with her? Are you all together?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you all have any children together?
No, ma'am.
So I did order you to have parenting classes. Do you have a child?
Yes, ma'am.
How old is your child?
2.
And who's the mother of that child?
The Jamesia, but me and the mother don't talk.
Okay, you want to explain to me? And when I say explain, this is really a rhetorical question. You have a 2-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
and you're already in another relationship with somebody else. How old are you? How old are you?
22, ma'am.
All right, maybe there's a time where you need to sit back and relax and try to work on yourself instead of going from relationship to relationship. Do you understand?
I understand, but that's not how it happened. Like, it was not like I jumped from my baby mama to another girl. Me and my baby mama been separated for 2 years.
Okay, let's do this. Let's not say baby mama. I know that's what people like to say.
No,
maybe we should say that that's the mother of my child.
Mother of my child.
Now, let me ask you something. Doesn't that sound more respectful?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So why don't we start saying that?
Yes, ma'am.
So here are the issues. Police were called. I don't know the facts of this case at all.
Yes, ma'am.
But I do know that I ordered anger management, and now I'm being told that the agreement is for you to do the BIPP course, which is a more intensive course, and that's a longer course.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. From here on out, every decision you make in your life, while you're on probation out of this court, there is one question you need to ask yourself before you make a decision. You know what that question is?
What is it?
That question is this decision something that may result in me going to the state jail facility for 2 years? Every single decision. Is this something that could result in me going to the state jail facility for 2 years. That means 2 years where you're not financially supporting your child, 2 years where you're not seeing your child, 2 years where you are not seeing whatever girlfriend you're with. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you working?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
Same plumbing company,
And what do you do?
plumbing, installations, digging,
And what
all
happened
type
to
of
your
plumbing
arm?
stuff. I popped it out of a place in my sleep. I got to get surgery for my shoulder.
Okay. Well, that's a rough sleep, but okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions to include the BIPP course, no harmful or injurious contact with Shade Sutton, taking consideration County Court cause number 662215. And if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Positive.
And what are you going to be positive for?
Marijuana.
Why do you keep using marijuana? You know you're on probation if you go to the state jail facility for up to 2 years.
That was just to be honest, like I told my probation officer, when I was first placed on probation officer, I didn't even have a probation officer. They had reassigned him and didn't tell me. So I took advantage and I just smoked. Like I told my probation officer, ain't no reason to beat around the bush. Nobody forced me or nothing like that. I did that on my own.
See, I appreciate your being honest that you took advantage of the system and you just smoked. So here's the thing. From here on out, any decision you make, what's the first thought that should come to your mind?
Do I want to be away for 2 years?
Yeah. So I'm telling you right now, you're going to have to stop. You're going to stop smoking marijuana, or either you could potentially go to the state jail facility for 2 years. And the question for you is, smoking a blunt, smoking a joint, is that worth 2 years of your life? If
No,
it
ma'am.
is, then oh well. So when's the last time you smoked?
About 3 weeks ago. About 3 weeks ago.
Rebecca, we're going to do UAs and we're going to test for levels. And we're going to do random field visits 2 times per month. And Mr. Simmons, the state is asking for 0 tolerance. I'll put 0 tolerance down. I don't do 0 tolerance because here's the thing. Everybody knows what they should be doing. And either you want to go to prison or you don't.
Understood.
It's completely up to you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
You're welcome. And Mr. Simmons, thanks for putting on clothes, appropriate
Yes,
clothes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Mr. Simmons, Mr. Woodard, you can go to 1 if you so choose. Probation will go over conditions with you. After probation has completed conditions, you are excused.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, anyone else ready?
Judge, I just signed paperwork. My client just signed paperwork in the breakout room, so just want to let you know it should be on the way to you.
Okay, because I don't have it yet, so we shall see. Are we ready
Okay.
on Fabian Vega?
I'm ready, Your Honor.
Is the prosecutor ready on Fabian Vega?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Oh, 97 days in?
All right, everyone, you need to make sure you're muted.
I'll have a question. If she don't answer and stuff? 97 days in. If she doesn't answer? Okay. Okay, what about from the?
All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 6409
Yeah, I was only in there for like 2 weeks.
and 6408, State of Texas versus Fabian Angel Vega. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Eduardo Jimenez.
And are you Fabian Vega?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
I think I did all 3 of them.
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
Manager, should I assign?
No objections.
Mr. Vega, do you have any objections to this taking place by video?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, I sent them all.
All right, Mr. Vega, I'm going to mute you on your end. When your attorney wishes you to testify or say something, I will unmute you. It's because we're having a lot of noise from your end. All right, State, have you had a chance to review the defense's motion to reduce bond?
Yes, Judge, we have.
And State, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge, we are.
All right, defense, it's your motion. You may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Valdez, the case is a very serious one. It's well, he has two cases, but the more serious of the two is the murder case. It's a very complex case. There are a lot of witnesses, and essentially, from my point of view as the counselor, I can get a lot more work done with him on the outside and with him on the inside in a more efficient fashion in terms of getting a hold of these witnesses, interviewing them, reaching out to the family, etc. It's with the jail visits and then me going here and there and then me going back to the jail and all of that back and forth from the jail to the family to get the information that I need to defend him properly is just not as convenient as if he were on the outside. So he's looking for a bond reduction because he can't currently afford where the bonds are set. He's looking for, if you want a real hard numbers, his family probably, with both cases together, probably couldn't make more than $150,000 as a bond amount, as a total bond amount, just given their low income status. But he said that they could raise the money in the range of $150,000 to bond him out. And again, from my perspective, it has more to do with handling his case. And I think that he's also aware of that same fact that if he is on the outside and he's able to come to my office or I'm able to meet at his home with his family, we can get a lot more work done and more efficiently than what the current status is. And obviously we're aware of how could you not be aware of the violent nature of the crime? And so if there were full house arrest or some conditions of bond that would keep them in place, obviously we would not object to any of that because we understand that we need to keep the community safe at the same time. From his point of view, he was defending himself in some very dangerous situations. So from his point of view, he's not a natural born killer, if you will. He's not out there trying to injure people or hurt people. He found himself in situations where, in his mind, there was nothing to do but shoot back.
All right, State.
Well, Judge, since there's been no evidence presented that Mr. Vega can't meet the bond, the state's argument would be, and I have some exhibits to submit to you, the court in defense, which would be the police reports for both the ag assault and the murder. The court would say that the bonds as they are currently set are appropriate. It's $75,000 on the ag assault, I believe, and $250,000.
Okay, that would be the defense saying that, correct?
Sorry, saying what?
That the bonds are appropriate. You said the court would say that the current bonds are appropriate.
Yes, the state would say that the bonds are currently appropriate. The offense dates, as the court can see, are so 12/20/2019 and then February 23rd, 2020. Defendant wasn't arrested. He was arrested by the U.S. Marshals on April 1st of 2020. So a couple of months after the second offense. As the court will be able to see in the police reports, defendant fled from both of those scenes and was on the run for a couple of months. Both of them involved him shooting at people. In one instance, the murder case, it was multiple people that he shot at and killed one of them. And so we would be objecting to any lowering of his bonds.
All right. And each of the cause numbers, the court will deny the motion and the court will add full GPS if the defendant were to make bond. What is the next court date for this? Defense?
Judge, I believe it's set on Thursday.
Okay.
Eduardo
All right.
just got hired last month.
Okay, well, Norma, is this set for Thursday?
Give me 1 second, Judge.
Lucas say he has to get sworn in? Tell your boy he's slacking too.
It's set on the 22nd.
Okay, all right, we'll see you all back here on the 22nd.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Do you need to speak with your client?
No, not at this time, Judge. I'll visit him this weekend. Okay.
All right, Norma, can you let them know that 17F can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Mama. What's up, Mama? You was up there today?
All right, anyone else ready?
Judge, may I ask a question?
Mr. Lopez, yes.
I don't see my attorney in the courtroom. Can somebody call him?
Oh, your attorney will be here when he comes, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, you're welcome. All right, anyone else? Bobby Gebbia, Bill Davidson, Stephen Harkowitz, Nathaniel Navy, anyone ready?
Well, I'm ready, Judge, once you receive the paperwork.
All right, Stephen Harkowitz, who's your client?
Juan Ramirez.
All right, the court is not in receipt of any paperwork. Mr. Ramirez, can you unmute yourself? Hold down the space bar.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Mr. Ramirez, did you sign paperwork?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, Norma, can you have a deputy come to Mr. Ramirez because the court is not in receipt of paperwork.
We all, boss.
Hold on, stand by.
Yes.
She said she didn't receive no paperwork, but I signed it.
What's your last name?
Rodriguez.
Juan Ramirez?
Yes,
Okay. Is that your SID number?
Yes.
Yes, you really know that. And the judge is asking for you to pay for that?
Yeah, she said,
Okay.
she said she didn't receive.
Which one? All of them or?
All of it.
Yes.
All of it? Okay, let me take a look and see if it shows. Okay, so that one's been signed and that's your consent and certification. So that one's already done. So when we go back to the email.
There should have only been one
I'm
document.
saying it should have only been one
That's not
document.
you, right?
No, it's not.
See, that's the only one.
Judge,
Yeah,
can
it's
I
showing
talk to
signed
Mr.
on our
Harkowitz?
side.
Mr. Harkowitz, you need to show your video.
It is showing signed on our side.
Yeah, she's saying it's showing it's signed on our side.
All right, who's the prosecutor on this case?
It was Hunter was handling it, Judge.
All right, are you all in agreement that he be continued? Is that correct or no?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2019 CR 8342, State of Texas versus Juan Ramirez. Could I have Juan announce for the record for the state?
Hunter Morris for the state.
For the defense?
Stephen Harkowitz for Juan Ramirez.
And are you Mr. Ramirez?
Yes, ma'am.
State defense, any objection to this hearing taking place by video? State
No, Judge.
defense?
No objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Ramirez, do you have any objections to this hearing taking place by video?
No, Your Honor.
And did you review a document with your attorney entitled defendant's consent to appear by video? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, next I'm going to show you what's entitled motion to enter deferred adjudication and revoke community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Juan Ramirez who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 8342 for the offense of evading arrest detention with a vehicle on January 16, 2020 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, defense. I'm sorry, state.
Yes, Judge. Condition number 41, on or about the second day of March 2021, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Juan Ramirez, then and there failed to comply with the rules and regulations of the felony drug court by cutting off his GPS monitor and absconding in violation of condition number 41.
All right, if you can unmute yourself, please. How do you plead to that, Mr. Ramirez? True or not true?
True.
Are you done? Yeah, I'm waiting for them to see.
State?
The state would waive and abandon the remaining allegations, Judge.
Any objections?
I need you to sit still and act civil. All right. And sit down. All right.
I'm sorry.
No objections.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ramirez, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 41, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 41?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court is finding violation of condition number 41 true. Is there an agreement?
There's a state's recommendation, yes, there is to ask the court to deny and continue. There's an indication that Judge Glenn wants to work with Mr. Ramirez, so we would ask for DDRF, or if not qualified, following probation's recommendation of Safe P special needs.
Is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, does felony drug court want Mr. Ramirez back?
Judge, I haven't spoken with Rebecca about this morning, but that is the indication on the court summary.
All right, Mr. Ramirez, are you asking the court to follow this agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ramirez, I'll follow your agreement, but here's the thing. You're lucky that felony drug court still wants to work with you. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
There are other people who need help, who want felony drug court, but you're taking up one of those spots. So you had better decide whether or not you're going to get serious or whether or not you want to go to prison. Do you understand?
Are you done?
Yes, Your
already,
Honor.
Or you're waiting?
All right, I'll deny the motion.
You haven't talked to nobody?
Alternate amend conditions to include the DDRF, Safe P special needs if he does not qualify for DDRF, and then re-refer to felony drug court. Is there anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor.
State judge.
All right, the defendant is to remain in custody until he's accepted in a program. Norma, can we get a reset date for Mr. Ramirez to make sure he's not lost in the system?
Yes, Judge, give me 1 second. I'm sorry, we can bring him back on the 13th, Judge.
All right, we're going to come back on August 13th, Mr. Ramirez, just to see where you are. And Norma, you can't put that date in the system because otherwise they will not transfer him if they can. All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room, Mr. Ramirez. Ms. Reyes will go over conditions with you. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. And Rebecca, you can go to number 1. Mr. Harkowitz, you can go to breakout room number 1, or either you are excused.
Thank you,
Can you
Judge.
put in the chat what I'm amending or?
Oh, alternate amending to include the DDRF. If he doesn't qualify for the DDRF, then Safe P special needs. followed by felony drug court.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Everyone, the court is breaking at 12:30. Nathaniel Navy, your paperwork has come in. I'm just waiting for your client to be sworn in.
Yeah, I just approved it, Judge, is waiting to come back.
What is waiting to come back?
The paperwork that I approved.
All right.
I haven't received it yet.
Mr. Rios, is your client in the courtroom, Mr. Navy?
Yes, Judge. He's in the courtroom.
All right, I'm sending you to breakout room number 3 and courtroom, if you could go to number 3, and to the clerks, go to number 3, please.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
Your Honor, this is William Davidson.
just one moment. Nathaniel Navy,
I'm sorry.
were you in a courtroom? I mean, in a breakout room previously? There you are. Great. Yes, Mr. Davidson.
I have a deal worked out, a potential deal on the probation case, Ernest Martinez, to convert it to regular probation. I'm not sure what paperwork we need to do. That's
All right, Norman, they
I was
need a
talking to
trial
Mr.
court
Hunter.
certification and they need a defendant's rights to appeal on Ernest Martinez.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
For a term of 2, violate those terms and conditions and can be revoked and sentenced to 180 days in the state.
Okay, Bobby Gibbia.
Hello, Judge. I'm here.
Hi.
I'm
Yes.
not drunk passenger.
I know you. I can see you, the passenger. Who do you have?
I still have Victor Shepard's MTR. If I could be placed into a breakout room with CTD, it's a drug case.
Okay. All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Charles Bunk. You're muted.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Jamone Wyatt,
Yes.
what is happening?
I conferred with Meredith. My client was there in the courtroom, but I guess he was out in the hall because he was wearing shorts. So I have an offer from Meredith. I just need to confer with my client. I know that you wanted them to come in person because you had a problem last week, and I understand that. I didn't know if I could reset this thing for a couple of days and he can come to my office and talk to him, and then we can reconvene with you, or what you need us to do.
You want to call him on the phone and see what's going to happen, or no?
I'd rather talk to him in person if I could.
All right, Norman, can you recall Mr. Wyatt? And to the deputies, could you have Mr. Wyatt come into the courtroom, please?
He never came in, Your Honor. 1 week will be enough, Judge. I think one day next week I'll be ready.
All right, is he outside in the hallway?
No, Your Honor, he's not.
All right, so we don't have your client.
He was. He just called me a minute ago, said he was waiting. Let me get him on the phone. Okay.
All righty.
Judge, I sent you a
chat. Okay. All right, thanks, Brenna. All right, everyone, the court reporter needs a break. So it looks like the last thing that we're going to do is Mr. Rocky Murillos, and then everyone else will have to come back at 2.
Judge, can you check your emails for paperwork, please?
Waiting for Lupe.
There's nothing in my email.
Please leave your message. I think that's my client, the judge. They just walked in
Okay.
into the courtroom. I can't see that clearly, but it appears to be him.
All right, Damone Wyatt. No, he's not here.
Now he raised his hand. He's
No,
out there. He
that's
raised his.
somebody. No, that's somebody else. Well, come forward. If you're Damone Wyatt, come forward.
He just walked in, Your Honor.
Mr. Wyatt, do you own a pair of pants?
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you think shorts are appropriate for court?
Well, I didn't. My clothes. Somebody had bleached my pants and stuff, so I had a bad day.
I don't understand what that has to do with the price of peaches that someone bleached your pants, because what you're wearing right now is inappropriate. Are those the pants that were bleached?
No, ma'am.
All right, so those pants that you have on right now, they are bleached.
No, ma'am, they're not bleached. I didn't.
Step back from the screen. Well, they have that is partially bleached. Now, I know it's probably like some kind of fashion statement, but those are partially bleached.
Yes, ma'am.
So you'd rather appear in that than a pair of bleached pants. I'm telling you right now.
I'm sorry, but they was also cut up, Judge.
I'm telling you, those pants are cut up. I'm telling you right now.
Literally, like, I'm talking cut like all right up in here where my.
Let me just tell you right now, Mr. Wyatt. Your Zoom's privileges were suspended. That's why you are in court.
Yes, ma'am.
I am telling you right now, you don't have another time to be dressed inappropriately for this courtroom. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You are not allowed to appear on Zoom at your house or anywhere else. You're going to always have to appear in court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Norma, on Mr. Wyatt, can we recall him for next week? What date? All right, we're going to have you back here on Monday.
Okay. Damone, call my office, please.
Yes,
that
sir.
will be July 19th.
Thank you, Judge. May we all be excused.
He needs to get a reset form for 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm going to note in the docketing statement that you were dressed inappropriately. Don't do it again. Wait in the courtroom until you get your reset form.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you. I'll see you this afternoon, Judge.
All right. Thank you.
Judge, can I go into a breakout with Mr. Davidson?
Yes. I don't see Bill Davidson anywhere on the screen or in a breakout room.
He must have just logged out.
Yes.
So close.
All right, Norma. Juan Ramirez, that's done. Ernest Martinez will need to be back at 2. Victor Shepherd at 2. Zachary Lopez at 2. And can you see where Jackson Lindsay is, please? All right, this person who's listed as Deborah S21, who are you here for? I'm sorry, who?
I think she said Deborah Fenmore.
Deborah Fenimore, your case is being recalled for August 17th. Make sure you keep up with everything they want you to do for pretrial diversion, okay? All right, Brenna, I don't think that we have the paperwork on Rocky Morillos. So let me go in that breakout room. We're probably going to come back at 2 for that.
Okay.
Let me talk to them. All right, everyone, we're going to take our recess. We'll be back at 2 p.m.